name's JD Principe. I'm from Denver, Colorado. This is my first Raptor run. I've been watching the videos for 6 or 7 years. This last year, my wife and I got together thinking about what we were gonna do, and a new video got uploaded. I said, hey babe, should we do this? And this is where we ended up coming down.
This is my second run. I am from Raleigh, North Carolina. Great time last year. Another friend of mine wanted to join this year, and we were back here again.
When Ali was telling me about the Raptor run, I did not have a Raptor. And then I said, you know what, I'll buy a Raptor for the trip. A buddy of mine, Alex, called me one day. He said, look, I found a Raptor R. You got to get the Raptor R. So I bought this Raptor R for this trip.
About July of this past year, I decided to get a new truck. That new Ram 1500 RHO just came out. Placed my order, and I just got it for Christmas. And that whole last 6 months, I was online watching YouTube videos about off-road trucks and seeing Ram TRXs and Ford Raptors, and came across videos of the Baja Raptor run.
I've owned a couple of Raptors. I've never really done the Baja, any kind of desert stuff with them. Just kind of drove around ranches in Napa. I always perform well doing that, but you really don't know what you have until you come down and do this.
Gen 3 Ford Raptor, leadfoot gray. It's a V6, 37 package. I haven't done too much to it. I went through Goose Tune and got it kind of hopped up so it's a little bit faster in the dirt. Other than that, all I did was put the lights on that Trey says that we need to do this. Threw down some straps in the back and filled the cooler up and hit the dirt.
So we are lining up the Raptors right now, and I'm waiting on the Raptor R to whoop our ass, basically. So that's the plan.
Have all 3 of my kids out driving the truck in a safe environment, especially how big the lake bed is and how long it is. You can really get the trucks up to speed with time to slow down and not be worried. I mean, you just hold the wheel straight and go. So they all had super fun. And then I think one of the exciting things was being able to get a new truck like the Ram RHO up against some of the Fords. So let's say the Ram did a good job. It was super fun.
We took off because I'm in a Raptor R, so it's a little faster, 113 miles an hour, and that truck will it flies. Big kids, just the dust storm and letting us loose in such a big area to do what we want. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. This place is just wide open and go crazy.
Just a lot of fun that you're going back and forth at high speeds on a lake bed. I mean, there's no comparison. Like, you don't do that every day. You don't find those places.
Oh man, unbelievable. Incredible capabilities in the just a stock form Raptor. I think some of these guys definitely on the gravel roads are doing better than my modified mid-range travel. That mid-range travel comes in real handy, makes for a pretty fun ride. But it's just incredible with Ford and even with this Ram, the guy with the RHO, what these manufacturers are making these days. Turnkey is unbelievable.
It just blows your mind that a stock vehicle getting bumped by rocks and things, it just keeps going.
We don't have long travel or anything like that. We've got stock springs, stock shocks.
The fact that you can drive the truck on the dirt with rock and all this stuff and then leave and go get on the highway and drive back to the hotel is pretty incredible.
And hitting speeds, 70, 80 miles an hour through the desert, it's been amazing.
We have a very special guest on this trip. It's his first Baja Raptor run, but he's been coming to Baja with his family since he was 14 years old, and that was back in the early 60s.
My name is Tim Price. I'm from Las Vegas, California. I'm 77 years old. I wanted to do it for many years. I should have done it earlier. Trey and this tour are why I bought the Ranger Raptor. I would like to bet Trey that I'm the oldest guy. No way, I take that back. My co-driver is 80 years old. He's my best friend. I've known him for 50 years, and this was a reason to get together. We're probably the oldest team in the whole tour. Can't have any more fun than this.
Most Baja Raptor runs are between 8 and 9 days, sometimes 10 days long for the Cabo runs. The Rayo run is an opportunity for people to come down to Baja that don't have the time to get away for that length of time. So we pack a bunch of dirt, not as many stops, but it gets a rapid fire 4 days of dirt, 5 days of dirt in a quick session without going too far south.
The museum was something else. It actually, seeing the cars that were there, which at the time were, amazing, gave me an appreciation for what I'm driving now, especially out in the desert.
I've heard of Baja and coming down in California and the off-terrain vehicles, the Baja 1000, until you come down and see the memorabilia and like the museum, all those old cars that have been used off-roading, the pictures and just how many people have been through here and done these events. It's obviously a lot of history here with all the Baja and off-roading. I'm just glad we're getting a chance to enjoy it. I've seen plenty of videos of the Raptor runs, but they don't do it justice. To come here and be in the culture, the food, and the camaraderie with all these drivers, and it's been pretty amazing.
I have a library of books. I used to be a collector of Baja books. I'm fascinated by the cave paintings that Trey takes us to. Who did those things? How'd they do them? They're like thousands of years old, and even the people who live here don't know. They just say they've always been there.
Going to see those missions, see how those are built. I like to, look at that as far as I'm a Catholic myself. I went to Italy last year. Going through Rome and seeing all those old churches there, to come down here to see these missions in a different culture, different country, still with the same architecture and everything else that's in there and how they built those, and very, very awe-inspiring to see something like that in a place like this. How did they build these? Where did they get the materials for it? And we all came down here to, put some miles in the dirt and go hard and do that, but it's also nice to stop, sit back, have a drink, have some good food, and I think it's a nice way to round out the vacation so you get a little bit of everything. It's really nice to immerse yourself in this Baja culture. And then also this whale watching is that's another awesome experience that I've never touched a whale, I've never seen a whale in the ocean like that, let alone Trey told us there's about 600 whales in the bay the other day, so looking forward to seeing that.
We're going out to watch whales. We've got an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. There's fin whales, gray whales, and supposedly blue whales out in Bahia de Los Angeles, and that just doesn't happen very often.
Now this is kind of the moment because it's early. You can see over there far away in sometimes and the line on the water, it's a little bit more dark far away. You can find it. You can see the spouts. So this is a map of Bahia, Los Angeles. This all the reserve starts right here, all this area, also behind to the big island, right? And we have another reserves here, you know, San Lorenzo y Salsipuedes. So they are on the south part of the Bahia de Los Angeles, right? This island especially is one of the most amazing islands, you know, they have a lot of life, a lot of diversity. So we're gonna see, we call it El Canal de Ballenas. That's the most deep area in all Bahia, right? So the spot, the most of the time you see whales, right? They're moving around. For example, in June, it's when you're starting to see it more whale sharks, right? Probably you see one, probably two. To me, the best month for whale sharks and the water is nice so you can get in, and it's October. It's really nice. Beautiful sunrise and sunsets, it's amazing.
I'm glad we did this. I was like, but in the middle of the trip, that would have been a perfect break. Like at halftime, all that dirt, and then coming out and doing this, and then going back would have been awesome.
This is my first major off-road trip. Being able to be around a group like Trey and his team that can help kind of coach you, airing down your tires where those should be. We all have race radios, so that's one of the biggest things. Is that's what makes it really safe, is Trey's calling out vehicles, especially those times where we're on the pavement.
It's been a wonderful time. We've really enjoyed everything. It's been extremely safe. We've had support and guidance through any of the border crossings as well as any of the checkpoints. You never feel like you're out on an island. There's always someone behind you, someone in front of you that you can easily get a hold of if you need it. It's a huge sigh of relief, especially as a woman coming on this adventure. You want to make sure your safety, as well as men, but you want to make sure your safety is something that is considered, and they definitely take care of you there.
Letting everybody know, like, drive at your own pace, drive what you're comfortable with, and everyone kind of jockeys into position to find where you fit and where you can feel comfortable and have a good time.
If you have a Raptor, this is the place to bring it, to enjoy it. You're traveling with other people in Raptors for the most part, and you start to see exactly what they can do. Everybody's just a little bit better than you, and everybody's a little bit worse than you. When nobody's left behind, everybody gets to go together, but you'll be surprised. You'll find yourself just easing down on the throttle, because you start to realize exactly how great these trucks are.
You just have to be careful maybe in the first few days, just understanding the limits of your car, limits of yourself. But I mean, I think everybody can be here. Like this time we have like some older folks in that Ranger Raptor, and they're kicking it. I mean, they don't have to go full speed. It's amazing what's out there.
I've been learning this whole time, this whole trip. It's been great, and they'll do special call outs and warn you for this or do this and do that on every different trail that we hit, and having that knowledge and call outs have been great.
The variety of the terrain, the vegetation, and the weather from one side of the peninsula to the other changes so rapidly. You'll be in a cactus forest one minute, then you come down a few feet of elevation, and it's a barren, flat, open desert with very little vegetation. All of this changes on a regular basis. You're not going to get bored on any
one day's leg of the trip because everything is different from one time to the other. Dry lake beds, sand washes, as I mentioned, canyons, open flat desert, fast stuff, slow stuff. There's all kinds of different opportunities to test your abilities in a Raptor.
Epic stuff that I haven't seen before, and I travel all over the US for work. And then all of a sudden you're down at the ocean like 20 minutes later at 100 feet elevation, and it's just mixed terrain is super neat. So it's awesome.
Untouched beauty. These things have been sitting there for hundreds of years. There's some cacti that you see, they say that one arm takes 50 years to develop, and we see these things with like a bunch of arms. So like 300-400 years they've been sitting in the desert doing their things. It's not just racing and going fast, it's the scenery, it's the mountains, and every hour terrain changes. So there's a lot to experience, not just, you know, running fast, going fast.
Yesterday with the wind being so high, we went through, you could see the different types of terrain real quickly, that when the dust would settle out or when you had zero visibility, 2 feet of visibility.
The wind was blowing 25 miles an hour all day long and created complete brownout situations, and we had to adapt how we went down the course and how we went down the highway in order to stay safe and still be able to do what we want to do.
Yesterday it was like a dust storm and it looked like we were driving on Mars. I mean, that's unreal stuff that you cannot find in many places in the world. We ventured all this way.
And then you go another quarter of a mile and, you know, it's clear as day. You know, it's unbelievable.
Temper me with pain. Forge me in your holy flame.
Definitely family-oriented trip. A lot of fun. Some of these guys have their wives with them. Another guy has 3 kids with them, and everybody's having the time of their life.
It's a great adventure. It's not geared just to the men. It's definitely something that ladies can come to as well. Just prepare and pack appropriately.
You can go at whatever speed you want to go at. You can go slow and enjoy the trails, or you can go to the opposite end and go wide open like me and my buddy George are doing.
3 kids are having so much fun, and my oldest is pretty excited. He went and talked to Mark, one of our sweet guys, in an old like 2003 or 2007 Toyota, and he's raced Baja before, so he's back there chit-chatting with him, and he's like in a co-pilot of a plane. It's pretty fun, and both kids get to ride in there. They think it's a blast, and all 3 of them are like, we got to make this an annual trip.
To introduce younger people to Baja, we need that to happen, and that they'll appreciate it. And to see people like Mark and Hudson and what they do for people without asking for thanks or asking it, I mean, they just will do anything for you. That's sort of a good thing to learn, to how to conduct your life. You do great things, you do as much, work as hard for other people, be generous with your time, be generous with your skills. And that's what these guys do.
In the future, as my kids get a little older, I do want to bring them, because this experience, it's going to be memories for them as they get older, and maybe that can propel them to do adventurous things and explore. That would be an amazing experience, I think.
Mark, Trey, and Hudson, I don't worry about a thing. And I don't want to say it to them because it seems like I'm taking advantage of them. But at my age, I can barely change a tire. But coming down, I knew that if something goes flat, something goes wrong, those guys are going to take care of it, and we're going to go just move right along just effortlessly.
Anybody can go to the lot, purchase a Raptor, and be down here and driving with Trey and the whole team here at Baja Raptor. They're here to help you and not push the limits. I mean, you can push as much as you want, or you can hang back and just get the feel of the car and get used to it. It's fun.
Fortunately, we haven't broke down, but there has been a couple breakdowns, tires and stuff like that, and bumpers have gotten a little bit damaged here and there, but Hudson and Mark have been right there, take care of everything super fast.
They definitely have a lot of history and knowledge as well of the trails and different races that have happened on certain trails that you get a ride on. It's been a fun experience getting to use the CB radio and talk to everybody in the line and really become friends with the guides.
Strangers become friends really fast.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Trey and his team have done a great job. They've pretty much handled everything, and he's given me a couple pointers on some of these trails at the speeds and going into certain areas, and that have certainly been helpful. Just a great group of guys, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming back and doing a few more of these Raptor runs with them.
In 1997, a bunch of us were out here in the desert working on somebody's race car, or supposedly to work on somebody's race car, and they broke before they got to us. So we took the tools and equipment that we had, went to another place in the race course and decided to fix whoever needed it wherever we were. Told a lot of stories and came up with a concept that's what we were going to do for the next Baja 1000, is go someplace very remote on the race course and fix and help whoever needed it. And that was in 1998, and that was the founding of Locos Mocos.
We were kind of taking up the rear of our group, and behind us, I believe we had two, 80-year-old guys and 4 Ranger Raptors. We're pushing our truck. They're right behind us. Those are the original guys from Locos Mocos. That was pretty special.
They paved the way for us to be here and acknowledge that a couple years ago. They're awesome because they have memories and experience that we don't have, and it's been super fun to see things out of their vantage point as things have changed over the years.
They've been doing it since the 60s.
Yes.
Is what they said.
Yes.
So that's a lot of time.
Trey and Hudson, who are part of the heart of Baja Raptor runs, are fairly recent additions to the Locos Mocos crew. They've been doing it for 10 years now, but originally they came over just because they saw our website and decided they want to go to the Baja 1000 and came over, enjoyed time with us at the pit, and then started coming on the full week trips with us. And they learned a lot from how Locos Mocos operates. We're never the guy to pass somebody up on the highway if they need help. They have a flat tire, we'll stop and help them fix it. We just kind of bring the new generation of Locos Mocos people into this and help share the stoke of Baja with them.
These guys, they're the trendsetters who made the way for people like us to be here today and enjoy it, and they handled it with care, understanding the locals and the local traditions, and also working with everybody, and they were fun for fixing up roads and gravels and things like that. So those are great things, and without them, things would not have been much easier for us the way they are today. Props to them for all of this work for few decades.
The appeal of Baja and the Baja Raptor runs extends cross-country. We have people that come down here to Baja from as far away as Connecticut, Virginia, Florida, Montana, Northern California, as well as Texas, which is kind of the heart of where Baja Raptor runs came from. It's worth it. People will ship their trucks out and then fly out or enjoy the drive across country to see what the U.S. has to offer, which is an interesting contrast when they cross the border to see what Baja's like.
I've been to Puerto Vallarta and Ensenada and Cabo San Lucas. And it's very refreshing to get away from a touristy city and actually visit authentic Mexico, which is, I think anybody going on vacation is gonna want a very authentic vacation where you're not just off at a port and you see nothing but t-shirt shops and souvenirs. That's not Mexico. That's catering to the tourists that are sitting there in that one city. I was like, you come through here, you meet the local people, you see what the locals are doing. This is their day-to-day, and we're just visiting.
Almost 15, 16, and 21, and they get to see what other people get to live like outside of the U.S. I think we're pretty fortunate in the U.S. They get to see a lot and learn a lot while they're out here, and I think that's a big thing.
So you basically see the disparity, how simple living is happening here and just across the border. So you do appreciate the luxuries that we have in U.S. 100%. I try to buy things from locals and things like that, but it is 100% evident that this area use a little bit more love, and people like us can help. I think
it's something that just kind of sticks in you, that you keep coming back, and they're the nicest bunch of people, the most caring and helpful. It's almost like one giant Locos Mocos team.
it seems like a different world. I haven't called into work
No.
and just kind of left that off to the side and just to enjoy everything here.
Yeah, it's a true getaway.
Kind of lose yourself in the moment. Really just every day ends in Y down here, so it doesn't really matter what day it is.
We know when we're going back, and that's when we'll think about our other things. But I mean, everything has to stay safe, in line, and then you should be just fine. In Baja, you wake up, you go to sleep, and things like that. You don't worry about what time is it.
Getting in this truck and driving, you're not thinking about emails, texting. I mean, you're thinking about the next probably 50 yards in front of you. It's been really nice to just kind of disconnect and just enjoy where we are and losing track of time, and just an amazing trip, amazing feeling.
People don't know when they come here and experience it themselves. You can show them all the pictures and videos and things like that, but when they experience it themselves is when they actually know, and they have those big smiles on their faces.
The food, the culture, running our Raptors and finding and pushing the limits with them. And I really feel like on a couple times we've pushed the limits of these Raptors. Everything around, being able to see the desert and the geographical different stuff that's here, it's beautiful, and it's been quite an experience.
The area is beautiful, and what we're getting to experience is incredible. The camaraderie and the laughs, these trails, keep pushing this truck and pushing it. It's just exhilarating.
It's about 1,000 times cooler than the videos. It does not disappoint. It's been everything and more than what I thought it would be. Like I say, the food, the safety, the fun, the atmosphere, you got to come experience it.